Hi, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Music Theory Fundamentals 12, Keys and Key Signatures Continued. Invite you to go check out studymusicfree.com where my video lessons are hosted. Just a quick note on the synchronicity between MuseScore and my screen capture program. When I play through the MuseScore, the cursor follows along. And I think that my screen capture software is desynchronizing that. So I apologize. I'll try to get to the bottom of that. But for now, just realize that the cursor that goes in MuseScore is not going to track exactly what you're hearing. All right, so in our last lesson, we had just finished constructing our F major scale by introducing a B flat. We made the B natural a B flat. In order to preserve our pattern of whole steps and half steps and thereby play the F major scale. And so I wanted to do a few more examples, and I thought we could do our next example as a minor scale. And so here I have the beginnings of the D minor scale. And remember that the plain notes on the staff, without a sharp or a flat, they're considered natural notes. And so this is a D natural, E natural, F natural, G natural. And this little sign here, this accidental, that is the natural sign. It's assumed always that if there's not a sharp or a flat, then it's a natural note. But sometimes we need to be explicit about making sure that the musicians that are playing the music or reading the music understand that this particular note is to be considered a natural note. So that's why we have that. But when there's nothing there, these notes are considered the natural notes. And remember that the natural notes always follow the pattern of whole steps and half steps that are found within the C major scale. Okay? So that goes for both the notes on the staff and the notes on the piano keyboard. So here we need to follow, to make our D minor scale, we need to follow this pattern of whole steps and half steps. So we have a whole step. D natural to E natural is a whole step. E natural to F natural is a half step. So far so good. F natural to G natural is a whole step. G natural to A natural is a whole step. A natural to B natural is a whole step, but we need a half step. So again, we're going to need to put in a B flat. We'll make that flat. And there we have, now we can finish out, B flat to C natural is a whole step. Again, if I bring up the piano keyboard, here's the B flat, B natural, C natural. So B flat to C natural is a whole step. Oops. And C to D is a whole step, which is what we need. All right, so let's play that and listen to what it sounds like. All right, here we go. This is the D minor scale. All right, good. Let's do a few more examples so you get the hang of this. Okay, so over here, I have already constructed the scales. Here we have a G major scale. Okay, so this is a G major scale. And let's talk through the whole steps and half steps. So here, G natural to A natural is a whole step. A natural to B natural is a whole step. B natural to C natural is a half step. Again, this is all corresponding to the notes on the keys on the keyboard. C natural to D natural is a whole step. D natural to E natural is a whole step. But here we need a half step, so let me start again. E natural to F natural is a half step. So here on the keyboard, E natural to F natural is a half step, but within the G major scale, we need a whole step. So that we need to take the F F natural, and we need to raise it by a half step up to this black note so that we have E to F sharp, and that becomes a whole step. So we have whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and then F sharp to G natural is a half step. So that completes our scale. So let's give that one a listen. Oops, let's start over here. And it's not wanting to, oh, let's see, that's why. All right, here we go. Okay, great. So there's, oops. That was the beginning of the E minor scale. So here is, we're going to talk about the E minor scale. So this is the minor scale based on the note E. So remember our pattern of whole steps and half steps for the minor scale. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Okay? So E to F sharp, we just went over that right here. So E to F, E natural to F natural is a half step. So E to F sharp, we raise that F a little bit and make it, instead of one half step, we make it two half steps wide. And so then that becomes a whole step. So whole step, and then remember F sharp to G is a half step. So we've got a whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Okay? So let's give that one a listen really quick. Perfect. Okay, so that's the E minor scale. Now, this is the introduction to key signatures here. So we're going to talk about key signatures. If we were playing a piece of music in the key of E minor, it would be very cumbersome to have to always stick a sharp in front of every F that we played. It would just be cumbersome. And so in order to make it simpler, we notate at the beginning of the piece of music on the staff, we notate the key signature. Okay, so at the beginning of this piece of music, I would put in this key signature, which is 1 sharp, and it's the F sharp. Okay, so if I had this key signature at the beginning of the piece of music, that would indicate that all the F sharps that came after would be played, all the Fs that came after would be played as F sharps rather than as F naturals. And you notice here that this scale, the scale of G major and the scale of E minor, they both have 1 sharp. That is, they both have, they can both share the same key signature. Now that's a very important relationship that we'll talk about later on, the relationship between a major scale and a minor scale that share the same key signature. That is, they have the same sharps and flats and whatnot, and natural notes. That's a very special relationship that we'll talk about later, but I just wanted to point that out, and that's called, this is the relative minor scale of this major scale, the G major scale, and this is the relative major scale of the G major scale is the relative major scale of the E minor scale. And we'll get into that again, but I just wanted to draw your attention to that. And also here you see that the F major scale and the D minor scale also have the same natural notes and the same flat, and so they also are related in that very special way of relative major and relative minor. Okay? So hopefully that was clear. Again, The key signature is the thing here that goes at the beginning of the music. We place it there for convenience, and then it tells us all the notes that are going to be sharp or flat in the music that is to follow, so that we don't have to put in the individual sharps and flats before every note. Okay, thank you very much.